Kristy McNichol was once one of the brightest young stars in Hollywood. For years, fans wondered why someone so talented and beloved suddenly vanished from the spotlight. At the height of her success, when her career seemed destined for even greater fame, she quietly stepped away from the entertainment industry. The sudden disappearance left audiences confused, and for decades, the real story remained hidden behind speculation and silence. Only years later did the truth slowly emerge, revealing a deeply personal journey filled with pressure, identity struggles, and the search for peace. Kristy McNichol was born on September 11, 1962, in Los Angeles, California. Her father, James McNichol, worked as a carpenter, while her mother, Carolyn McNichol, was a registered nurse. When Kristy was just 3 years old, her parents separated, leaving Carolyn to raise Kristy and her two brothers, Jimmy and Tommy, as a single mother. Life was not always easy for the family, but Carolyn was determined to create opportunities for her children. She recognized early on that Kristy had a natural charm and presence that stood out. Hoping to provide a better future, she began guiding her daughter toward the world of entertainment. Kristy's introduction to Hollywood began remarkably early. At the age of 6, she appeared in her first television commercial. What started as a small opportunity quickly grew into something bigger. Carolyn took on the role of managing her daughter's career, arranging auditions and encouraging her to pursue acting seriously. While most children spent their afternoons playing with friends or attending school events, Kristy was learning scripts and visiting casting offices. The entertainment industry became a regular part of her childhood, shaping her life in ways that were both exciting and demanding. Throughout the early 1970s, Kristy began appearing in small roles on several popular television programs. She made guest appearances on shows such as Starsky and Hutch, The Bionic Woman, Love, American Style, and The Love Boat. These roles allowed her to gain experience and slowly build recognition within the industry. Her first regular television role came in 1974 when she was cast as Patricia Apple in the CBS drama Apple's Way. Although the show lasted only one season, it served as an important stepping stone in her early career. Kristy's true breakthrough arrived in 1976 when she was cast as Letitia, or Buddy, Lawrence in the ABC drama Family. She was only 13 years old, yet her performance quickly captured the attention of viewers and critics alike. The show focused on the Lawrence family, exploring serious topics such as divorce, illness, grief, and personal identity, subjects that were rarely addressed so openly on television at the time. Kristy's portrayal of Buddy felt genuine and emotionally honest. Audiences connected deeply with her character, watching as Buddy navigated the complicated journey of adolescence. Her remarkable talent did not go unnoticed. Kristy received 3 consecutive Emmy nominations for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. She won the award twice, first in 1977 and again in 1979, becoming one of the youngest actresses ever to receive such recognition. By the time she was 16 years old, Kristy McNichol had become one of the most recognizable young stars in America. Her face appeared frequently on magazine covers aimed at teenage audiences, and she was a regular guest on television talk shows. Around this same time, Kristy and her brother Jimmy explored another creative path by pursuing music together. In 1978, they released an album through RCA Records and even performed at the legendary nightclub Studio 54 in New York City. The siblings also appeared together in the holiday television special, The Carpenters, A Christmas Portrait. For a moment, it seemed as though Kristy's career was expanding in every direction. She was acting, recording music, and becoming one of the most admired young performers of her generation. However, life behind the scenes was far more complicated than it appeared. Growing up in Hollywood meant that Kristy experienced her teenage years under intense public scrutiny. While other teenagers attended school dances and enjoyed normal social lives, Kristy spent most of her time on film sets or traveling for promotional appearances. The pressure to succeed was constant. Auditions often brought rejection, and success created even greater expectations. During this period, Kristy also faced a deeply personal struggle. Growing up in an era when discussions about sexuality were often discouraged, especially in the entertainment industry, she felt unable to openly express her true identity. The need to keep such an important part of herself hidden created emotional stress that quietly built over time. Although she continued working and achieving success, the weight of these pressures slowly began to affect her well-being. After the series Family ended in 1980, Kristy began transitioning into film roles. She had already appeared in the dark comedy The End alongside Burt Reynolds and delivered a powerful performance in the television film Summer of My German Soldier. But the film that truly expanded her audience was Little Darlings in 1980, where she starred alongside Tatum O'Neal. The story followed two teenage girls at a summer camp who make a bold bet about losing their virginity first. Kristy played Angel, a tough and street-smart character who hid vulnerability beneath a confident exterior. The film became a commercial success and helped solidify Kristy's transition from child star to serious young actress. She won a People's Choice Award and received praise for the depth she brought to the role. Soon afterward, she continued building momentum with films such as The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia and Only When I Laugh, the latter earning her a Golden Globe nomination. Yet behind the growing success, the emotional strain she had carried for years was beginning to surface. In 1982, while filming the romantic drama Just the Way You Are in France, Kristy experienced what was widely described as an emotional breakdown. She struggled with sleeplessness, overwhelming stress, and intense emotional exhaustion. Production was temporarily halted as she attempted to recover. The breakdown was not caused by a single event, but rather the accumulated pressure of years spent in the spotlight without the opportunity to live a normal life. When she eventually returned to acting, the entertainment industry had already begun to move on. Although she continued working in projects like Dream Lover and Women of Valor, the powerful momentum she once had was difficult to regain. Still, she managed to find another major television role in 1988 when she joined the sitcom Empty Nest, a spin-off of the hugely popular The Golden Girls. She played Barbara Weston, a determined police officer and the daughter of the show's central character. Audiences welcomed her return to television, and for several years the show provided stability in her career. However, in 1992, she unexpectedly left the series during its fifth season. The full reason was not revealed until later, when Kristy explained that she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Managing the condition required time, stability, and careful treatment, something difficult to maintain while working in the demanding environment of television production. Choosing her health over her career was not an easy decision, but it proved to be an important turning point in her life. In 2001, at the age of 38, Kristy McNichol officially announced her retirement from acting. After nearly 25 years in the entertainment industry, she felt it was finally time to step away and focus on living a life that belonged entirely to her. Rather than disappearing completely, Kristy began building a quieter and more fulfilling life. She started teaching acting at a private school in Los Angeles, helping young performers learn the craft she had practiced for most of her life. Instead of performing for audiences, she found joy in mentoring others and sharing her experiences. In 2012, Kristy publicly revealed that she was gay and introduced her longtime partner, Marty Allen, a teacher she had been with since the early 1990s. She explained that she chose to share this part of her life in hopes of supporting young people who might be struggling with their own identities. By speaking openly, she hoped to offer encouragement to those facing bullying or isolation. Today, Kristy McNichol lives far from the pressures of Hollywood. Her days are filled with music, travel, and the quiet pleasures of everyday life. She sings in choirs, supports arts education, and enjoys time with her family and pets. Although she has never completely ruled out the possibility of acting again, she has made it clear that the peace she has found outside the spotlight is something she deeply values. After a lifetime spent entertaining millions, Kristy ultimately chose something far more meaningful than fame. She chose authenticity, health, and the freedom to live her life on her own terms.